Well, hello there. Today we're going to be talking about leukocyte transmigration, or as I like to call it, white blood cells wandering out of the bloodstream and into tissues to pick fights with guys much smaller than them. Now, I'm not taking sides, but do you really want to defend the guy who threw the first punch at someone weaker than him? I can't even see Saul Goodman or Matlock defending that kind of behavior. Deplorable. Anyway, leukocyte transmigration is a multi-step process that involves a group of cell adhesion molecules, otherwise known as CAMs, specifically glycoproteins. And you know what they say about glycoproteins? They're important for the relationship between circulating leukocytes and endothelial cells. Kinda like how I need a good relationship with the IRS so I don't get arrested. Seriously guys, nothing to see here. The first type of CAM is the selectin. There are three main groups of selectins: P-selectins on platelets and activated endothelial cells, E-selectins on activated endothelial cells, and L-selectins on leukocytes. These guys are single-pass transmembrane proteins with fancy modular structures that includes a nifty EGF motif, homology to complement regulatory proteins, and it only has 70,000 miles on it. So what'll it take to sell you this bad boy today? I think we'll pass. You couldn't afford it anyway. What was that? But what do selectins do, you ask? Well, they bind to carbohydrates to facilitate adhesion of leukocytes to endothelial cells. Specifically, P and E selectins bind to sulfated silyl-Lewis, which is just a fancy way of saying sulfated carbohydrate on the surface of neutrophils. Good thing I'm not a sulfated carbohydrate. Wait, you've got the wrong guy. I'm not the one you're after. He is. I think we got the wrong dealership. Guys, could I get a hand? Well, my mom did always say I'd end up in a cell. Now, before transendothelial migration, intravascular leukocytes, or leukocytes in the blood, have to go through slow-rolling adhesion, which is not to be confused with 42nd President Bill Clinton. I don't know how you'd mix these up, but I just wanted to clarify that there is, in fact, a difference. Well, now I'm confused. Look at that old dinosaur go. Ugh, was that really necessary? Endothelial cells get activated by cytokines, and after slow-rolling adhesion, there is tight binding. This is where integrins come in. Integrins are another CAM. They are heterodynamic proteins that consist of two transmembrane proteins, alpha and beta. There are multiple types of alpha and beta chains present on the surface of these cells, such as LFA1, CR3, and CR4. In the inactive state, integrins have low affinity when there is no inflammation, but in the active states, they have high affinity to ligands. Kind of like how whenever I hear people tell stories about their European vacation, I want to blow out my eardrums. Seriously, guys, nobody cared, nobody asked, go back to Europe. Sorry, I just needed to get that off my chest. Let me just take my blood pressure pill real quick, then I can resume. Okay, so integrins. They are super cool, just like me. They need a protein called taurine to link themselves to the actin cytoskeleton for intracellular signaling. So when integrins on leukocytes interact with ICAMs and VCAM1 on endothelial cells, we get firm adhesion and transmigration. Boom! We're out of the blood vessel and into the tissue. Now, leukocytes migrate into the tissue by following a chemokine concentration gradient, like CXCL8 or IL-8, which is secreted by macrophages when they first encounter pathogens. Chemokines are just proteins that cause cells to migrate to certain areas, like how the meteor caused the dinosaurs to migrate somewhere that the meteor didn't hit. Oh, wait. That's too soon, man. That's too soon. Completely uncalled for. Anyway, these chemokines cause neutrophils, a type of leukocyte, to essentially chase it, like me to that jerk who stole my kidney. He got the bad one anyway. But what happens when you have a rare autosomal recessive disorder called leukocyte adhesion deficiency? Well, you get poor leukocyte migration, recurrent bacterial infections, and a lot of time to catch up on the news. Huh, what do you know? It's the 65th millionth anniversary of the dinosaurs' extinction. On this day, too. Okay, that was the last chance. Let's get him. Let me have him. Let me have him. LAD1, the most common subtype, is associated with mutations in ITGB2, which leads to defects in beta integrin chains of LFA1, CR3, and CR4. So there you have it, folks. Leukocyte transmigration in a nutshell. Join us next time, where I'll be covering digestion. Whether I like it or not. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, or don't really care. Hit the notification bell. Once again, don't care. Bye.